Welcome to 2 hours of top athletics action here on Eurosport. In the first hour, we're coming to you from the Sloboda Stadium in Yugoslavia for the European Junior Athletics Championships. In the second hour, we bring you action from the IAAF Mobile Grand Prix, the Ivo van Dam Memorial Meet from the Heysel Stadium in Brussels. We start here in Yugoslavia, day 2 of the European Junior Athletics Championships. Today we'll see 13 track events, including 3 finals: the women's 100 metres hurdles, the men's 110 metres hurdles, and the men's 1500 metres final. Sitting alongside me, Roger Black, former European junior champion. The first race we're going to see, the women's 100 metres hurdles, semi-final, heat 1. Kerry Maddox goes in lane 2. In lane 3, Filipova of the Soviet Union. In lane 4, Sinilou of France. In lane 5, Schneeweiss of West Germany. In lane 6, Lechneska of Poland. In lane 7, Pochkova of Czechoslovakia. And in lane 8, Susan Smith from Ireland. We saw some fabulous action yesterday, didn't we, Roger? Looking forward to today?
Very much so, Gary. Yeah, we saw both 100-metre finals yesterday, and today we're going to see both the short sprint hurdle finals, which should prove to be good.
Semi-finals, they're ready to get underway. We're looking at Kerry Maddox from Great Britain. She's run 13.70 seconds this year from the Kanak and Stafford Club. There's Filipova from the Soviet Union. It's the one they all have to watch. Red hot favourite for this semi-final, in fact. Sinilou from France, fastest junior European in 1989 with a time of 13.27. There's Schneeweiss of West Germany, 4th fastest European. Anna Lechneska from Poland, number 523. The Czech, Ilona Prochazova. And in lane 8, Ireland's Susan Smith. I think they'll be watching the Soviet girl, who's in lane 3, second from the right of your picture. It'll be a very interesting race indeed. Remember, the first 3 qualify for the final, and the 2 fastest losers. The final later today. You'll see it here on Eurosport. Who's your money on, Roger?
Well, I think most of the girls are going to be looking out for this Russian girl in lane 3, I think she is. She ran very well in her heats yesterday, and it's going to be the one they're going to be chasing.
Watch out for lane 5, Schneeweiss from West Germany. West Germany won gold in this event 2 years ago in the European Junior Athletics Championships in Birmingham. And the French too. Remember Cécile Sinilou in lane 4. They have a fine tradition in sprint hurdles, the high hurdles.
Very long delay here, Gary, and this doesn't help the girls. They'll all be very, very nervous with the semi-finals. This is the heats for them probably were quite comfortable. In semi-final stages when the nerves really come in, and this is where you've got to gather yourself, get yourself together, knowing that you've got to get through to the final here. Once they can get the top girls can get through this, they've got the final in about an hour or so's time. So it's real pressure time for them, and it's a real test of their mental ability as much as their physical ability.
Well, the starter's ready with his gun, and they're onto their blocks. And here we go with the women's 100 metres hurdle semi-final, first heat. They've got to get inside the first 3 to be sure to go into the final later on this afternoon. Filipova in red, Sinilou in blue. Could be between those two. Indeed, a very fast start by Filipova of the Soviet Union, so too Schneeweiss of West Germany. And there is Filipova striding away lane 2 in the red vest. Coming inside hard now is Schneeweiss. It's between those two. And also Lechneska of Poland. And Filipova of the Soviet Union wins it there, number 610. Second, Amonia Schneeweiss of West Germany. Third, Anna Lechneska of Poland. And the winning time for Filipova, 13.59 seconds.
Yeah, she doesn't look very happy there, Gary. I think she hit about the 5th or 6th hurdle, I'm not sure. I think she may have hurt herself. She was the first girl out, and she's looking very strong here, but I think she loses her stride soon and hits one of the hurdles. Not this one yet. It's this one here, there you go. She nearly fell over, did very well to stay up actually, in fact, but carried through and still won the race relatively easily. But I don't think she's very happy, and hopefully she's not brought up an injury from that. She didn't look very happy when she crossed the line.
No, not too happy. Remember, as Roger was saying, she's going to save herself for that final later today. But those three certain to go through. And we'll just have to wait whether Cecile Sinelou will make the final. There's the result. Filipowa wins it. Schneider second. That's Neska of Poland third. Sinelou fourth. We'll have to wait for the second semi-final just to check who are going to be the two fastest losers. Check now on the men's hammer. Gusmasov, the number one in Europe this year. He's already thrown 75.50 this year to make him the leading European, and he's hot favourite to win this event.
Yeah, I think you can safely say that it's either going to be an East German or a Russian who will win the hammer. They usually do. This is the firm favourite.
This is his first throw. It's a biggie too. It's in excess of 70 metres.
Looks around about the 72, 73 metre mark, and that he'll be very pleased with that for an opening throw.
Shake of the head. It's his first throw. He's got 6. .72.24. He goes into the lead, and he's set the standards that others in this hammer competition will have to follow. We'll catch up with that competition a little bit later on. Time now for the second semi-final of the women's 100 metres hurdles. In lane 2, the Belgian runner Van Denkiboom, of the Soviet Union Olga Dudnik in lane 3. In lane 4, Bridget Bukovic of Yugoslavia, obviously a great favourite here on her own back doorstep, so to speak. Ilka Roenic of East Germany goes in lane 5. In lane 6, Sidis Leben of West Germany. In lane 7, Louise Fraser of Great Britain. And in lane 8, Daniela Nedelcheva of Bulgaria. There's Van Denkiboom. And there's Dudnik, Olga Dudnik, number 605 from the Soviet Union. There's Brigitte Bukovic. Gave her a tremendous reception when she came into the running arena about half an hour ago. Ilka Roenic from East Germany. And here's Eva Sidis-Leben, recorded the 6th fastest time in Europe this year. That was a 13.56. There's Louise Fraser, just 18 years old, from the Stretford Running Club. And hopefully there won't be too much of a delay, as we saw in the first semi-final, and they'll be away shortly.
Two girls to look out for here are going to be the East German, who is one of the favourites for the gold medal, and the Yugoslavian, who's coming into a running at this championships. Probably because it is on a home doorstep.
Yugoslavian, Bukovic in the navy costume, running vest, there she is, and the Yugoslavian TV director picks her out. Alongside her, Olga Dudnik, but there is the local hope here, Varazdin. So, the women's 100 metres hurdle semi-final, heat 2. They're away first time. It's a strong start by Roenic of East Germany, so too Bukovic, the Yugoslavian. She's keeping pace, but here is Roenic in the blue vest. She's going to win it, and it looks like it's going to be second for Bukovic of Yugoslavia, and third Sidis Leben of West Germany. Those three will go through. In fourth place, I think, Louise Fraser of Great Britain. The winning time of Roenic, 13.45 seconds.
That was the faster of the two semi-finals there, and this East German girl certainly gets to the first hurdle quickly, which in 100-metre hurdles is the most important thing. She's well in the lead at that first hurdle, and she really does take these hurdles low. And a great stylist, a great technician here. And she's won the race by about the 8th or 9th hurdle, and a very relaxed run. I think she switches off as she comes off the last hurdle, just about here. And that's a very confident run, and I think these two are certainly going to be in the frame when it comes to the final. From what we've seen, I think we'd have to fancy the East German or the Russian, and possibly that Yugoslavian. Should be a very good final.
We'll be seeing that a little bit later on. And there is the winner, Ilka Roenic of East Germany, 13.45. She took first place. Bukovic second from Yugoslavia. Sidis Leben third from West Germany. A chance now to go back to the hammer competition. I think the man we're going to see is Juha Passanen of Finland. So There he is. 1:47. It's the third round of the competition. Nowhere near trouble the leading throw. Just over 72 metres set by Kuzmasov, and we'll see him next. And we have a net. There he is, number 626. What a big lad he is.
I think you can eat 3 shredded wheat, this one, but
I think they can eat 6.
Amazing to think that these competitors are under 20. Some of them look old enough to really be competing at the top international level.
Remember, for the junior athletics, you have to be under 20.
Interesting shoes he has on there. I've never seen a pair like that before.
And if you had to queue a while in those in the Soviet Union to pick those up. There he goes with his third throw. Oh, that's straight into the net. That's going to be a disqualification. I think he must have been listening to us about his shoes, because he certainly didn't get a good grip on that, and he's put that one straight into the hammer net. He'll be disappointed with that, but he still leads the competition and still favourite to win it.
Doesn't look too despondent about that. I think he was probably going for a very, very big throw and probably put a little bit too much into it.
Well, just talk us through that again, Roger. I know you're an expert on hammer throwing.
Yeah, I do the odd hammer throw for the club in my spare time.
Yes, he didn't really get hold of that at all.
No, I think it's really just a case of putting a lot into it and hoping that he could really find the long throw. I don't think he'd be too worried about that.
That's where we take a short break from Yugoslavia. We're coming back shortly with the men's 110 metres hurdles semi-finals. Heat 1 and 2 will be back after a short break as we look at the hammer throw.
The European Junior Athletics Championships, brought to you by Dairy Crest, the leading UK dairy company and major sponsor of British athletics.
Churchiora of West Germany in 4, Sebastian Thibault of France in 5, in lane 6, Volturara of Italy, in lane 7 Albin, and Maracovic of Yugoslavia goes in lane 8. There's Isim, the Turk, wearing 774. Next to him, Rakar of Poland. In lane 3, Johan Elizabeth of Belgium. West German, Pakchora. Here's the favourite, Sebastian Thibault, ranked number 2 in Europe this year. He's run 1390 rather, and he wears glasses too. Voltura of Italy. Klaus Albin of Sweden. And lane 8, Igor Maracovic of Yugoslavia. It's unusual to see an athlete in glasses, but Thibault obviously runs well on it.
Actually, the present European senior champion wears glasses as well. I'm trying to think of his name desperately and I can't find it, but I think it must run at the French are very good at 110 metre hurdles and wear glasses at the same time.
If a little short-sighted.
Stefan Karastan is the name I was looking for.
So they're ready. Day 2 of these European Junior Athletics Championships. Overcast, certainly warm here. Perfect running conditions. And we're looking now at Thibault. And there's West German Pachora. They're under starters' orders. And they're away. And Thibault has got a good start. And he's coming stronger and stronger and stronger all the time. Voltura as well as Italy. It's between those two. Thibault in the lead. Voltura at the moment second place. Thibault will win it. Volturara of Italy second, and third Pachora of West Germany. I think Isim of Turkey will get fourth place. And the winning time of Thibault, 14.21. Enough to take him into the final later today.
A very confident run there by the Frenchman. Gets to the first hurdle first. And from then on, really, it's plain sailing for him. I think he feels he is the class performer in this field.
Do you think it's a weaker heat because there are no Soviets or East Germans taking part in this semi-final?
It probably is the weaker heat, not just for that reason, but As you can see, he's clearly the class performer in the field. Won the race by here. He's knocked over a few hurdles. I think his technique needs a little bit of work on it, but doesn't really slow you down that much, by the way, hitting the hurdles. And as you see, he comes off the last hurdle here, switches the power off, looks to his right, the Italian looks to his left. They're looking forward to the final, putting the brakes on. And now it's back to the change room and to get ready for the final later on.
How difficult is it running a semi-final and a final all in one day for Chetwynd Thibault?
Well, it's not really that difficult for the short sprinters, and they actually prefer to put races near to each other.
Volchirara second then, Pachura, as we said, in third place of West Germany. Back to the hammer competition. We're looking once again at the Finn, Juha Pasonen. Hasn't set the championships alight so far with his hammer throwing. Here he goes again. This is his fourth throw. Again, disappointing throw. He's not going to worry the leaders with that. The man we're going to see next is worrying the rest of the field. Sergei Kamasov has recorded the best time in Europe this year and leads the competition.
The European and the World Junior record is 78 metres and 14 centimetres, and I think Kamasov probably feels that he can certainly get over his PB and maybe push that. That's probably why he went for such a big throw in the last round.
Kamasov again. Disqualified with his third round throw, which ended up in the net. Here he goes again. And that's a big one. That's an enormous throw. I think that's over 72 metres.
Yeah, I think that's probably his best throw of the competition. Looks around the 73 3-metre mark.
Looks a bit happier with that. .72 metres, 68, and that could be probably good enough to win a gold medal. We'll have to wait and see. Let's check now on the second semi-final of the men's 110 metres hurdles. Breuer goes in lane 1. The real surprise is that Filbert, ranked number 1 in Europe this season, has scratched from lane 2. He won't run. In lane 3, Bogdanov of the Soviet Union. Fenner goes in lane 4 from East Germany. Harpakosi of Finland goes in lane 5. In lane 6, Schneeweisforth of West Germany. Sweden's Lundqvist in 7. And Kuzmanovic of Yugoslavia in lane 8. That's a real surprise that Laurent Filbert, the Frenchman, who's ran 13 seconds .84, will not be taking part, and there have been worries about his fitness, and he obviously didn't fancy risking it for these European Championships, and to pick up a serious injury at this stage of the season, well, it's very disappointing for him.
Yeah, you can certainly say that. If you come to a championship like this, you've got to be 100% fit. Even the slightest niggle, really, if it's on your mind, then in some cases it's better to pull out, because you really can't do yourself justice at this level.
But it means a lot to win a medal at these European Championships. You won yourself here, didn't you?
This is the real stepping stone. This is the last major championship for the juniors before they become fully fledged seniors. And this is one of the first championships that you go to where you really learn the procedure of the championships. The heats, you get put into pens before you come out. There's a lot of waiting, a lot of pressure, being part of a big team away from home. And it really sets you in good stead for the Olympic Games and the World Championships and the European Championships seniors. And it really is essential for producing future champions in every country.
How many of the people you were running alongside as a junior actually came through to senior status?
Part of the Great Britain team, the year I won, we actually won 8 gold medals, and you've got people like Colin Jackson, who's number 2 in the world now, Jonathan Ridge and John Regis from the British team. We have a javelin thrower, Stephen Backley, who won 2 years ago and now is number 1 in the world in the javelin. And a lot of the Eastern Bloc competitors, and all the competitors here, most of the winners go on to greater heights when they get to the senior level.
Looking at the moment of Bogdanov and Mike Fenner from East Germany, who, certainly Bogdanov, be one of the favourites to win this race, but also Antti Harpakoski of Finland will take some stopping too. We're ready for the second semi-final, the men's 110-metre hurdles. False start, and I think it was Mike Fenner of East Germany in lane 4.
Yeah, it was. You can see the official going to the lane 4 marker. Probably see a red flag go up there. Yeah, it definitely was the East German. He's got one more chance. Next time he'll probably sit on his blocks and wait for everyone else to go. Two full starts, and you're disqualified from competition at this level. So he can't afford to make another mistake.
Despite the camera looking at him, he's not the man who did false start. It was Mike Fenner in lane 4. That's Harpakowski of Finland. So we'll try again. The men's 110-metre hurdle semi-final, heat 2. We've had one false start against Mike Fenner of East Germany in lane 4. There's Bogdanov, Alexander Bogdanov from the Soviet Union. Third fastest time in Europe this year. Oh, another false start, and I think it's Fenner again, and he now is disqualified. Now, that's not often you see an athlete false started twice, but that has happened to Mike Fenner, and he is out of the competition.
No excuse for that, there really isn't. He should have sat there and waited. Happened to Jürgen Hinsen in the first round of the decathlon in the Olympic Games. There really is no excuse. And as you can see, oh yeah, a flying start, and he really has been very stupid there, and I don't think his team officials are going to be too happy with him. These Germans don't take too well to when an athlete does that.
You're talking about the experience that you gain from a European Junior Championships. That's just a sort of naivety that you might expect to see on occasions like this.
That's right. I mean, I think you can put money on the fact that he won't do that again. Probably put him in good stead at future championships, but he's certainly going to learn a lesson from that, and he's very despondent there, as you see. And he's really had a wasted trip. He's come all the way here, and he isn't very happy with himself, I think it's fair to say.
Fenner thinks of what might have been. 2 false starts, and he's disqualified. There will be no medal for him from the men's 110-metre event. So we have 2 free lanes. Nobody running now in lane 2 or in lane 4. There is Bogdanov in lane 3. We try for the 3rd time in the men's 110-metre hurdles. They're away at the 3rd time, and Harpakowski of Finland's got a great start to Schneisforth of West Germany. It's those two who dominate the race as well. Bogdanov coming strongly in lane 3 in the red vest, but coming through strongly. Harpakowski of Finland takes it. Schneisforth of West Germany 2nd. Bogdanov 3rd. And Lundqvist, I think, in the yellow vest got 4th place. The winning time for Harpakowski, 14.41.
Bit slower than the first semi-final. Well run by the Finn here. The Russian rises with him, and it's really between these two up until the middle of the race. I think we'll see later on that the Russian gives one of the hurdles a real clobbering and actually nearly falls over. And I think he got himself together. I think it's the next one, I'm not sure. No.
Certainly the Soviet was coming strong in the red vest.
Here he hits this hurdle here. He's all over the place here. You can see he's lost 3 or 4 metres for that mistake, but fortunately he's in the top 3, so he'll go through to the final. The Finn switched off the power then, looks very confident. Maybe someone to look forward to in the final.
Let's check on that result. Harpakowski of Finland first, 2nd Schneisforth of West Germany, 3rd Bogdanov of the Soviet Union. Lundqvist was 4th. Quickly back to the hammer event. Kamasov again is lying in pole position in the hammer, and that enormous throw in the last round probably good enough to win him gold. Let's see if he can actually surpass that with his final throw. Already had one disqualified throw. When the hammer didn't leave the cage. That's not as good as his previous one. So he'll rest with his 4th throw, and that probably good enough to win him gold medal. In fact, I think it will. So, not too many surprises. Soviet domination in the throwing events. But that one will not count whatsoever. Coming up very shortly, the women's 800 metres semi-finals. 2 of those. I hope you can join us after this very short break.